Hey guys, Legit Meme Dealer here, aka Colin's Curious Cucumber 29889, and today I wanted to come back and talk about a situation that I really haven't seen many people talking about online, and one that I actually saw unfold through a series of TikTok posts as it happened. So, without further ado, let's talk about the Poop Bandit. On May 3rd at around 1 a.m., I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across a video from an account named the Poop Bandit. It didn't have many likes at the time, which is usually how I gauge whether or not I scroll, but something about his demeanor caught my eye. The video was a bit shaky and he really sounded panicked, but for good reason. Later in the video, he confessed to shooting his brother moments before starting the recording, claiming he was being framed by his brother, who, according to him, was associated with some sort of Ecuadorian gang. Now obviously I was skeptical, and so I opened his page to dive further, and what I saw instantly confirmed that this guy is severely mentally ill. True to his name, there were dozens of videos with the thumbnails depicting his feces. However, looking past most of his recent posts were updates on the video I had come across. These thumbnails having police vehicles present from the same camera angle as the first. I cataloged every relevant video on his page, excluding the poop ones, and I want to play each one for you in order as we talk about them. So, right now, I'm going to play the initial video that includes the confession.
My brother just tried framing me again, so I shot him. Yeah, good times. He took out his phone, tried framing me for being a vegan again. Says, yeah, you're a Satanist, a devil worshiper, all this and that. Called the cops on me like a bitch. So I shot him. Anyways, he has a criminal conviction, has fled Ecuador for being a rapist. Does drugs, laundering, everything, I guess. Doesn't have a license here, but somehow still calls the cops because they want to bang whoever I'm banging also.
In the video, he states his brother called the police on him before he shot him, and claims that his brother was trying to frame him like I said. The next video sheds more light on what led up to the shooting, where he claims his brother tried framing him for being vegan, and that his brother fled to Ecuador on charges related to cocaine. Take a look.
Alright, so this is my brother trying to get me killed. He called the cops on me because he's trying to frame me again, just for being a vegan. What he did was he fled Ecuador for a cocaine problem in the clinic. He fled for cocaine. He doesn't have a license. He tries using my license abroad, and then he tries framing me just to get me in trouble. He uses fear-mongering tactics, and I guess right now I'm probably gonna die because he lied again. So yeah, that's my brother for you.
In the video, you can see a few police cars down the street, as well as a cop outside the window to the right, so it seems he wasn't lying about his brother calling the police at the very least. There are two more videos, but one of them is just him saying he was framed again, and the last video zooms in further down the street to show a significant police presence, before he says something about jacking off and then he says the N-word. Seemingly, he's really not the most mentally stable person, as the last video he posted on his page before he went dark was a photo of his final poop before being arrested. Now that we got through the videos, we can answer the question, who is the Poop Bandit? I found an article from TimesNowNews.com stating a man at a suburb in Oakwood, Georgia was arrested after shooting his brother and confessing on TikTok. Sound familiar? The man's name is Marcelo Mariduena. I do believe that is Mariduena. And he was taken into custody on May 2nd in his suburban Oakwood, Georgia residence. And so that's it, right? We found the bandit's name, we found out that he did in fact shoot his brother, and we can probably chalk the rest up to mental illness. That would be the case, except there's more than just poop on Marcelo's TikTok. If you scrolled through enough of the feces videos, you would come across posts where Marcelo begins talking about a friend and a possible partner of his named Jeffrey. One of these posts being a confession in which he says Jeffrey stole from and manipulated him. In this post, he also talks about Jeffrey being sold out to people for drugs or money, and that someone approached Marcelo with an offer to buy Jeffrey from them. Now, we've just taken a very large step from poopy pictures to literal human trafficking, and this next video is Marcelo scrolling through a message log with Jeffrey's mom, who, according to Marcelo, is one of the people who would also sell Jeffrey for drugs. Disturbingly, by the tone of the first text and those following it, it seems Jeffrey may have gone to meet a friend at a hotel, and neither Marcelo or his mother, I apologize, could reach him, potentially indicating something happened to Jeffrey. Further in these texts, Jeffrey's mother reveals that either Marcelo or someone Marcelo knew pulled a gun on Jeffrey at some point earlier on. I'll play the video for you, and you can pause to read each message if you wish. Also featured on Marcelo's page are pictures of expensive sports cars, and strangely a screenshot of a bank account with almost $1.5 million in it. I am certain there is a much bigger story here and here somewhere, but it's not my place, as the police have already cataloged Marcelo's page and are using it in their investigation into the shooting. And even if they don't investigate the other claims, I sure as hell wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole when there are supposedly trafficking rings and Ecuadorian gangs involved. So that will be it for my coverage of the PoopBandit story. A bit of a lackluster ending, I know, but I just wanted to lay everything out in this video so I can get the raw information out. I'll leave the long-form breakdowns to the big dogs. It's been fun coming back to throw a random story out for you all to enjoy, but it's time I take my leave. So, in case I disappear again, remember, don't try and call your brother vegan, or he might just shoot you, and then he's gonna post his poop on TikTok. See ya.